Yeah, so I had 4 of these made up. I only needed 3 made up for the R1. This is a 2000 R1, as you know. Um, so you've got 4 takeoffs for the carburetors. One of them is permanently fixed because it's to do with the AIS system, air system. So you need 3 of these. So it's basically it's just an M6 thread, okay, and then you've got that little spigot here to put the balancer pipe onto it. That's just, I think it's just like a bit of stock hexagonal brass bar that they had. These guys in Marmaris made it up. I just put a little bit of PTFE tape around the thread, only a little bit, and I used the copper washer that came off, because when you take the Allen heads out the bike, it's got a little copper washer. So I popped the little copper washer on there and just tightened them up, just nipped it up into place. Don't go crazy, just nip it up, and that's it. So they're in place now. And then I've made up some little rubber caps, a little bit of rubber pipe with a little bolt in the end of it. And it just, which is nice tight fit, that just like squashes over there, okay, when you're not using them. You're also going to have to make some restrictors, because if you don't, the vacuum can be it can work so quick, it can draw the water up on the bottle so fast, you won't be able to react quick enough, and it will just turn into a bit of a mess. But to make a restrictor, it is quite easy. I mean, you can buy inline restrictors if you want to, and also, you know, the restrictors you get on the usual vacuum gauges, they're like tiny little white taps that you put in line between the gauge and the vacuum takeoff, and you can adjust the tap so it adjusts the needles, stop the needles from fluttering. And also you can buy some little brass inserts that got a tiny hole in them that push up inside the pipe. But I haven't got any of them, so I'm going to make them. And this is what I used. Let me see if it'll get into focus. Will it focus? Come on. There we go. This is a straw from a can of WD-40, right? So I've just cut it into 4 pieces, and even though the hole is really small, it's still too big. So what I did, you can see like 2 bits of wire sticking through there, yeah, and it's folded over. So what I did, I used a bit of wire from these off an Ethernet cable, stripped the sheathing off, cut 2 bits of copper to size, and then just, as you can see, poked 2 pieces up the centre of the bit of tube and folded it over. And believe it or not, even though it's still quite a restricted access, it's perfect. You know, it's absolutely perfect. Now you're going to need to put this, it's got to be a snug fit up inside the pipe. So what I did was I got some masking tape, got a bit of masking tape. Sorry, the camera's going bonkers with the focusing. Doesn't make for very good viewing, does it? And just rolled it trying to keep it in shot, but then do it at the same time. Come on, bloody hell. Going off tack a bit here. There we go. Is that it? Yeah, you get the idea, don't you? You just keep rolling it up. Just keep rolling it up. Nope, we're going off course. Come on, get back on track. Get back on track. Right. You get the idea. And then you get it to a size where, won't win any prizes for that, will I? You get it to a size where, I think you get the idea of what I mean, don't you? You get it to a size, okay, so we're looking something like that. This is the bit of pipe, it's an old bit of pipe, but yeah, get it to a size where it's quite a snug fit. Then it just pushes up inside the pipe. Right folks, so yeah, I've just taken these off the bike. I did do a video, a quick video of using them, but it wasn't very exciting footage, because all you could see, you could hear the bike ticking over in the background, and you could see the water levels going up and down. and you've seen this a million times on YouTube. I did make some changes though to these. Now the PVC pipe that I'm using, it doesn't like temperature. Let me just pull this off here. Hang on. Let's take it off number 3. There you go. It doesn't like temperature, and when this warms up, because the takeoffs for my carburetors are under the carbs, it gets very hot in that environment, and this pipe got a bit soft, and where it is attached to the bike on the spigot, okay, where it's attached to the bike, because it got hot, it started to get a bit loose, okay, and then it compromised the seal. So what I did was, I got this bit of pipe, okay, it's a bit stronger, you can see it's a bit thicker as well. That pushes up inside there, okay, right up to the restrictor, so it's really nice and tight fit. And then on this end I've got a bit of rubber pipe that's about that long, okay, that pushes tight up inside here, and then the rubber pipe fits over the spigot, and when that's in place it's really quite a nice tight seal. Okay, so that's the main thing. The restrictors we talked about earlier anyway, and what you can see in there, that black in there, is this. It's just black electrical cable, and the reason being again is because I found that when it got hot under in that environment, the pipe was closing up, and of course you don't want that, do you? Because it's going to compromise the readings. So I put a bit of cable up there, just slotted a bit of cable up there, and when the pipe clamps down, okay, no matter how much it clamps down, it always lets air through. See what I mean? It won't shrink onto the cable. All right, so it still lets the air through. So that's the only changes I made. The restrictors work brilliant. Yeah, they're perfect, these restrictors. You know, when you see the water level changing, it's really slow. It's not really quick, you know, and it gives you time to have a look and see which one you want to adjust. That's really good. Something I will say is, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, people using the water bottles, and they try to adjust it so all these go level. Alright, and I don't think you need to do that. I understand when you've got vacuum gauges and you've got the 4 gauges, you want all the needles pointing in exactly the same. They all need to be level, don't they? Or pointing at the same direction on the gauge, because it's progressive. You know, more vacuum, the more it moves. But it's not the case with this. This is just an indication of which cylinder is drawing more vacuum. So if, for instance, this number 1 was going up, if it is moving, you know it's drawing too much vacuum. So you need to adjust it. So not so it goes down again, you can if you want, and then when it gets to a level, shut it off. You know, you need to adjust it so it doesn't move, and that's the point. Okay, so when all these bottles aren't shifting, when they aren't moving, when they're just stationary, you know that the carbs are balanced. They don't have to be dead level. If you want them to be level, then just get them so they're not moving, switch the bike off, leave it 10 minutes and go back, and you'll find all these will level out. You know, just naturally they'll find their own level like they have now. And then start the bike up again and you'll just get this. But it's not important, just remember that, because I think you could be there for ages, you know, adjusting it to bring the levels up and down, and you know, you can be there for ages, and there's really no need to, as long as the water levels don't move up and down. Okay, that's all that matters. They can be different heights, but as long as they don't move, that's what you're aiming for. Alright, well, I hope this helped. Sorry it's a bit of a cop-out not actually showing you them on the bike, but like I said, you would have just got the bike ticking over in the background and you would have seen the water going up and down, so it doesn't make for exciting video. Alright folks, okay, well I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, see you later.